Did you know that every year over 300,000 seniors are rushed to the hospital because of dangerous falls? And nearly half of those are linked to something as simple as the wrong shoes? This quiet crisis is robbing older adults of their freedom, confidence, and independence. Take Thomas, for example, a 72-year-old retired teacher. One rainy afternoon, his old loafers betrayed him. He slipped, broke his hip, and doctors warned he might never walk on his own again. But here's the twist. Thomas didn't give up. In fact, what happened next might surprise you. By the end of this video, you'll discover how he went from struggling to reach his mailbox to hiking mountain trails with his grandkids, just by avoiding 8 shoe mistakes that most seniors don't even realize they're making. Welcome to Life Advice for Older People, where we take trusted research and turn it into real-life solutions for your strongest, safest, and most joyful years yet. The shoes that felt just fine in your 40s, they could actually disable you in your 70s. That's not scare talk, it's biology. As we age, our feet, and the way they connect us to the ground, change in ways most people never hear about. That means your shoes need to change too. Here's what no one tells you. First, the soft fat padding under your heels and soles. It thins out, leaving your bones and nerves more exposed with every step. Second, the nerve endings that help you stay balanced, they can weaken by up to 30% after age 65. Thomas learned this the hard way. I just kept wearing the same shoes I always had, he told me. Nobody warned me that my feet had changed. But you don't have to make the same mistake. In today's video, I'll show you the 8 deadly footwear mistakes that are quietly robbing seniors of their balance and mobility. And more importantly, I'll reveal 3 life-changing solutions, the very ones top podiatrists recommend to their own parents, but rarely share in public. These simple changes help Thomas get his life back, and they can do the same for you. If you're ready to take control of your health and independence, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell. Your feet and your future self will thank you. And if you've ever dealt with foot pain that stopped you from doing the things you love, please share your story in the comments. You're not alone, and your experience might help someone else find hope. Let's start with a type of shoe that might seem harmless, maybe even practical, but hides a dangerous secret: high heels. Yes, even the low ones, those 1 to 2 inch pumps that many women trust for everyday wear, can do serious harm. Here's why. The moment you step into any heel, your body weight shifts forward, putting intense pressure on the balls of your feet. Just a 2-inch heel can increase that pressure by a staggering 75%. Here's why. Every time you take a step in flip-flops, your toes have to grip just to keep the shoe from sliding off. This tiny motion might seem like nothing until it starts messing with your entire walking pattern. Instead of your shoes supporting your natural stride, your feet are doing all the work to keep the flip-flops on. And it gets worse. Flip-flops offer 0 arch support, 0 shock absorption, and 0 protection for bones and joints that are already more fragile with age. For younger folks, that stress might not cause problems right away, but after 60, each step in flip-flops can send sharp impact up through your heels, knees, hips, and lower back. Just ask Thomas. He found this out the hard way during what should have been a dream retirement trip to Florida. I wore flip-flops everywhere, he told me. By day 3, I could barely stand up. My heel felt like it was on fire. What Thomas had was plantar fasciitis, a painful inflammation that affects the band of tissue connecting your heel to your toes. 6 months of physical therapy later, he finally recovered. But he lost half a year of mobility during a time he thought would be carefree. And here's something many people don't realize until it's too late. When your feet hurt, your body compensates. You start to walk differently. Your knees take on extra stress. Your hips shift. Your lower back absorbs the pressure, all from one bad footwear choice. Even if you've worn flip-flops for decades with no issues, your feet at 65 are not the same as they were at 35. What didn't matter before matters now. And the support you didn't need then could make the difference between walking freely and walking with pain today. And the next shoe mistake? It's one most people wear every single day without even realizing it's slowly stealing their stability. Keep watching, because you might be wearing them right now. Our third dangerous footwear choice might be on your feet right now, and you'd never know it just by looking. I'm talking about those worn-out sneakers that look perfectly fine on the outside, but are quietly putting your joints at serious risk. Here's the hidden danger. Most athletic shoes lose nearly 40% of their cushioning and support within just 6 months of regular wear. The midsoles, the soft foam that absorbs shock with every step, start to break down invisibly long before the tread shows any wear. That means every time you walk, your knees, hips, and spine are absorbing 3 to 5 times your body weight in impact forces without protection. And here's the part many of us relate to. We were raised by Depression-era parents who taught us, use it up, wear it out. So if something still looks okay, we keep using it. Add in the reality of living on a fixed income, and it's easy to see how we end up holding on to shoes long past their prime. That was Thomas's story too. My sneakers looked fine after 3 years, he told me. The tread was still good, no holes, and still clean. I thought they were just fine. But while those shoes looked good, they were slowly destroying his knees. He couldn't figure out why simple walks left him aching. He started sitting more, moving less, and his independence began slipping away. Until one day someone suggested it might be the shoes. He replaced them with a brand new pair. And guess what? 2 weeks later, the pain was gone. A $70 pair of sneakers saved him from a $40,000 knee replacement and got him back on his feet, literally. Want to check your own shoes? Here's a quick test. Grab your everyday sneakers and twist them from heel to toe. If they twist like a rag, the support is gone, even if they still look great. A proper walking shoe should only bend at the ball of the foot, not twist in the middle. So let me ask you, when was the last time you replaced your walking shoes? Be honest. Drop the number of months in the comments. If it's been over 6 months of regular wear, today's video could save your knees, your money, and your freedom. Our fourth dangerous footwear choice might be sitting right next to your favorite recliner. Backless slippers. They may feel cozy and harmless, but these soft, familiar house shoes are actually one of the biggest hidden fall risks in your home, especially after age 65. Here's why. Every time you take a step in backless slippers, your toes instinctively grip to keep the slipper from slipping off. That small movement throws off your natural walking pattern. Your stride shortens, your heel lifts too early, your ankle stability drops by up to 65%. And the scariest part? You don't even notice it, but your body is working overtime just to stay balanced, increasing your fall risk with every step. The numbers are startling. 38% of all in-home falls among seniors are linked to unsafe house shoes, and backless slippers top the list. Thomas saw this with his own eyes. His neighbor Ruth, a lively 78-year-old, tripped on her staircase while wearing her favorite backless slippers, the same style she'd worn for decades. The paramedics said they see this exact thing multiple times a week, he said. Ruth broke her wrist and spent months struggling to do simple tasks on her own. And that's the tragedy. These slippers feel comfortable. They're soft, easy to slip on, familiar, but they silently erode your balance, every step making you more vulnerable to a life-changing fall. Think about it. Would you drive without a seatbelt just because it's more convenient? Then why take that same risk with your own feet at home? Here's the good news. Podiatrists and orthopedic specialists are now recommending a totally different kind of house shoe. Supportive, enclosed, non-slip, and still ultra-comfortable. Clinical studies show this simple switch can cut your fall risk by up to 62%. Curious what that safer option is? Stick around. I'll reveal it in just a moment. But first, be honest. Do you wear backless slippers around the house? Drop a emoji in the comments if you're ready to toss them out after hearing this. Our fifth deadly footwear mistake is one you might not even notice. Shoes with smooth, worn-out, or naturally slick soles. These quiet dangers turn everyday surfaces into treacherous obstacles. Take a look at your dress shoes or loafers, especially the ones that have been in your closet for a while. You'll probably see how the soles have smoothed over time, wiping out the traction that used to grip the ground. Even new dress shoes often look good, but offer minimal grip with their leather soles. What many don't realize is that traction decreases by up to 75% as shoes age or wear down, and that can be life-threatening. Just think about those everyday situations, like a few drops of water in the kitchen, a slippery bathroom floor, or even morning dew on outdoor steps. It only takes a small mistake. Thomas learned this the hard way. I was wearing my favorite leather-soled loafers in the kitchen, he remembered. My wife had just wiped the counter, and a couple of drops splashed on the floor. I slipped so quickly I didn't even have time to react. That small slip caused him to twist awkwardly and led to back pain that lingered for weeks before his more serious fall. He ignored the warning signs thinking it was just a fluke. But this is a common mistake among seniors, dismissing close calls instead of recognizing the hidden danger in their shoes. Here's a simple test you can try now. While wearing your everyday shoes, stand on your bathroom tile and try to slide one foot forward. If it moves too easily, you're walking on a potential accident waiting to happen. Your shoes should resist slipping, even on smooth floors. Have you ever slipped only to brush it off as a clumsy moment? Tell us in the comments. Sharing your experience might help others catch those warning signs before it's too late. Stay safe. Our sixth deadly footwear mistake affects millions of seniors who don't realize their feet have literally changed shape. Tight-fitting dress shoes. Here's something most people don't know. As you age, your feet naturally widen. After decades of standing and walking, the ligaments and tendons holding your foot bones together stretch, allowing your bones to spread out. By age 70, the average person's feet are half a size wider than they were at 40, but many seniors continue wearing the same size shoes they've worn for decades. When you squeeze your wider feet into narrow dress shoes, you're not just causing discomfort, you're restricting blood flow to your feet. This can be especially dangerous for anyone with diabetes or circulation issues. Even more concerning, tight shoes can compress nerves, worsening neuropathy and causing numbness. This dramatically increases your risk of falls. Thomas found this out the hard way when preparing for his grandson's wedding. I hadn't worn dress shoes in years, but my old pair still fit, or so I thought, he recalled. By the reception, my feet were burning with pain, but it was what happened afterward that really scared me. The nerve compression from wearing tight shoes for hours triggered neuropathy symptoms that lasted for weeks. Thomas lost sensation in parts of his feet, making him stumble several times during that period. This is a perfect example of the dangerous domino effect. Foot pain changes your walk, creating compensation patterns that strain your knees, hips, and lower back. One day in the wrong shoes can lead to months of mobility issues throughout your entire body. What most seniors don't realize is that foot width can change even if the length stays the same. So even if your shoes seem long enough, they could be dangerously narrow. But the next footwear mistake is one most doctors never warn their patients about. And it's happening right now as you watch this video. Stay tuned to learn more. Our seventh deadly footwear mistake isn't actually footwear at all. It's the increasingly popular habit of going barefoot around the house. While it might feel natural and comfortable, walking barefoot after 60 creates serious risks that younger adults simply don't face. Many seniors don't realize that walking barefoot increases fall risk by up to 37% compared to wearing supportive house shoes. Without cushioning or support, your balance has to work overtime with every step, especially on hard surfaces like wood or tile floors. And those surfaces create another hidden danger: impact forces. Walking barefoot on hardwood or tile sends up to 7 times more shock through your joints than walking on grass or carpet. For aging joints already battling arthritis or degradation, this only accelerates damage and pain. Thomas learned these risks the hard way. I stepped on something tiny in my kitchen. I think it was a breadcrumb, he explained. I barely felt it. But because I have diabetic neuropathy, it created a small cut I couldn't feel. That minor injury turned into a dangerous foot ulcer that took 3 months to heal and required specialized care. This blows apart the myth that barefoot walking is more natural and healthier for everyone. While younger bodies might benefit from occasional barefoot time, aging feet need consistent protection and support, especially on the hard modern surfaces we encounter today. As foot surgeon Dr. Sarah Jenkins explains, the barefoot movement may work for some people, but for seniors, it's like removing the shock absorbers from a car with a weakened suspension system. Are you watching this video barefoot right now? You might want to reconsider after our next section, which reveals the final deadly footwear mistake that nearly 90% of seniors make without even realizing it. Stay tuned. Our eighth and final deadly footwear mistake is perhaps the most common of all. The one-pair-fits-all mentality that leaves seniors vulnerable during different activities. As we age, our feet need different support for different movements. The side-to-side stability needed for gardening, completely different from the cushioning required for extended walking, or the grip necessary for navigating slippery surfaces. Yet 78% of seniors try to use a single pair of good shoes for everything they do. Thomas made this exact mistake. "I had my good New Balance sneakers that cost nearly $100, he admitted. "I wore them for everything. My daily walk, working in the garden, even to church when dress shoes hurt my feet." While this seemed like a practical and economical choice, it actually contributed to his mobility decline. When gardening, Thomas's walking shoes didn't provide the side stability he needed for kneeling to standing transitions, putting unnecessary strain on his knees. During daily walks, soil embedded in the treads from gardening reduced their grip, making him more vulnerable to slips, and wearing them for all activities caused them to break down faster than they were designed for. This is where the activity zone concept becomes crucial for seniors. Podiatrists now recommend dividing your footwear needs into at least 3 distinct zones: daily support shoes, activity-specific footwear, and protective house shoes, each designed for the unique movements and surfaces you encounter. Many seniors make the expensive mistake of relying on just one pair, rather than having the right shoes for each activity. But here's the financial reality. One $300 emergency room visit from a fall can cost more than outfitting yourself with all 3 specialized pairs combined. Now for the solutions that changed everything for Thomas and thousands of others like him. 3 evidence-based approaches that dramatically reduce fall risk and restored pain-free mobility, often within just weeks. Stay tuned to learn how you can protect yourself too. Our first life-changing solution might sound simple, but it's revolutionary for most seniors: getting a professional shoe fitting from a specialist who understands aging feet. Did you know that over 80% of adults wear incorrectly sized shoes? This staggering statistic comes from a podiatric study that found most people wear shoes that are either too short, too narrow, or both. Even more concerning, your correct shoe size changes throughout life. Most people gain at least half a size in width after age 60, thanks to the natural spreading of the foot structure. A proper professional fitting goes far beyond the basic foot measuring device you might remember from childhood. Here's how it works. Both feet are measured separately while standing, not sitting, because your foot size changes under body weight. Width is measured at multiple points, not just the ball of the foot. Arch height and flexibility are assessed to determine your support needs. Finally, a gait analysis observes how you actually walk, revealing pressure points and movement patterns unique to your body. Thomas was skeptical about this solution until desperation led him to a specialty shoe store. "The fitter spent nearly 40 minutes with just me," he recalled. "She told me I'd been wearing shoes a full size too small in width for decades. When I tried the correct size, it was like my feet could finally breathe again." Here's how to find the right fitting specialist. Look for stores that cater to comfort footwear or orthopedic needs, not just any regular shoe store. Major chains often don't provide the expertise aging feet require. Ask if the fitters are certified or have specialized training in geriatric foot issues. Many areas have podiatrists, professionals specifically trained in footwear for medical conditions, who can offer the highest level of expertise. When you go, ask these questions. How does my arch height affect which shoes I should choose? Based on my gait, where am I placing the most pressure when I walk? Which specific features should I look for given my foot structure? When was the last time you had your feet professionally measured? Most people say never or decades ago. Share your answer in the comments below, and if you're inspired to get fitted after watching this, Let us know what you discover about your true size. Let's talk about Thomas's life-changing breakthrough, the three-zone system for senior footwear. It's a simple but powerful approach that completely transformed his mobility, and it can do the same for you. Here's the thing. No single shoe can give you the right support for every activity you do. That's why the system breaks it down into three distinct zones that match your needs. Zone 1, home footwear. This is your first line of defense against falls. Think of it as your foundation. A good home shoe has a closed back for stability, non-slip rubber soles for traction on any surface, and an easy on-off design. With the right house shoes, Thomas found relief from morning stiffness that used to slow him down. The right shoe can support your feet the moment you step out of bed. No more struggles to start your day. Zone 2, everyday support shoes. These are your go-to for daily errands and walks. Proper arch support, cushioning for your weight, and features like wider bases and secure closures. They're crucial for making sure your feet, knees, and hips stay pain-free. For Thomas, the right shoes eliminated his knee pain in just weeks. Zone 3, activity-specific footwear. These are tailored for what you love to do. Walking shoes need flexibility and cushioning. Gardening shoes need ankle support and traction. And for dressy occasions, there are even hidden comfort options that still look sharp. Thomas used this system to make sure each shoe fit his unique needs. No more compromising on comfort or safety. The best part? It's financially smart too. By budgeting for the right shoes in each zone, Thomas saved money compared to the constant costs of pain relievers. I spent more on my everyday shoes since I wore them the most, but even my specialty shoes were affordable with the right sales, Thomas said. But there's one final solution that doctors say is the game changer for seniors' mobility. It's the biggest difference maker, and it's the key to lasting comfort and independence. Stay tuned, you're going to want to hear this. Now let's dive into the third and most powerful solution, custom orthotics and strategic shoe adjustments that take your regular footwear and transform them into therapeutic tools. You might be surprised by the difference this can make. Many seniors don't realize that there's a huge gap between basic, store-bought insoles and true orthotics. Here's a simple way to think about it. Insoles are like drugstore reading glasses. They might help, but they don't correct the underlying problem. Orthotics, on the other hand, are like prescription lenses, perfectly tailored to your unique needs, correcting your walking pattern and improving your overall mobility. Here's the great news. You don't have to spend $400 or more on custom orthotics from a podiatrist to feel the benefits. Thomas discovered a game-changing solution, heat moldable inserts that cost less than $40. You warm them in your oven, then stand on them to create an impression of your foot, he explains. These inserts provided him with the arch support he needed, exactly where his feet required it. No more generic, one-size-fits-all solutions. These semi-custom options offer 70 to 80% of the benefit of custom orthotics, but at 15% of the cost. If you're on Medicare, keep in mind that custom orthotics might be covered if prescribed for conditions like diabetic neuropathy or foot deformities. Just be sure to ask your doctor for therapeutic orthotics for fall prevention. This phrase often triggers insurance coverage. Beyond inserts, simple modifications to your existing shoes can dramatically improve comfort. A professional stretching service can widen tight spots for just $15. Cushioning pads placed at specific pressure points can turn uncomfortable shoes into ones you can wear all day. Even replacing factory insoles with gel versions can reduce the impact on your joints by up to 40%. Thomas applies these principles to every pair of shoes he owns. It's like having custom shoes without buying new ones, he says. By extending the life of his footwear and making each pair more therapeutic, he's now walking with more comfort and less pain. Have you ever tried custom insoles or orthotics? If so, share your experience in the comments below. Your insights could help others find the solution they need to say goodbye to foot pain and regain their mobility. Let's revisit Thomas's journey, a true transformation that proves how the right footwear choices can change everything. 6 months after embracing these 3 game-changing solutions, his life was completely different. I went from taking pain medication daily to walking 5,000 steps completely pain-free, Thomas shared, his voice filled with deep emotion. The constant fear of falling that kept me homebound is gone. Physical improvements were remarkable. His balance test scores improved by 38%, and he hasn't had a single fall since he made these changes to his footwear. But the emotional transformation was even more profound. Last weekend, I took my grandchildren hiking on a nature trail, Thomas said, proudly showing me photos of him confidently navigating uneven terrain. My 9-year-old grandson asked why I never did this before. I couldn't explain that I'd been too afraid to try. Compare this to his life before, isolated at home, missing out on family gatherings, and watching life pass him by from the sidelines. Remember this powerful truth. The footwear choices you make today will determine your mobility tomorrow. The decisions you make now will either limit or expand your world in the years to come. It's never too late to take control and make changes that could open up a whole new world of freedom, joy, and activity, just like Thomas. Let's quickly recap the 8 deadly footwear mistakes we covered. High heels, flip-flops, worn-out sneakers, backless slippers, smooth-soled shoes, tight-fitting dress shoes, going barefoot, and the one-pair-fits-all mentality. These choices can have a serious impact on your mobility and fall risk. The great news? By implementing our 3 life-changing solutions, professional fitting, the 3-zone system, and custom orthotics, you can dramatically reduce your fall risk and reclaim your active lifestyle, just like Thomas did. Which of these footwear mistakes surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more practical tips for thriving in your golden years, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your future mobility is too important to leave to chance. Take action today.